Welcome back, language learners from all around the globe, to the Daily English Cafe podcast. I am your host, Harvey, and I am absolutely buzzing with excitement today because we are diving deep into the biggest sporting event on the planet.
And hello, everyone. I'm Emma, your English language coach. Welcome to Season 1, Episode 2. It is wonderful to have you here with us at the cafe. Whether you are drinking a coffee, walking in the park, or relaxing at home, we are here to help you improve your English naturally. Harvey, you look like you have some massive news to share today.
Oh, I absolutely do, Emma. Today, we are exploring the absolutely mind-blowing, exceptional format of the 2026 World Cup. It is going to change everything we know about football, both tactically on the pitch and linguistically for us here in the booth. The sheer scale of this tournament is unprecedented.
Whoa, hold on a moment, Harvey. You are starting with some incredibly powerful words already. Scale and unprecedented. Let's slow down just a little bit for our A2 and B1 listeners. Can you tell us what you mean by the word scale?
Of course. When I say the scale of the tournament, I mean the size, the volume, and how big the whole event is.
Perfect. So scale means the size or the level of something. For example, in daily life, you can talk about the scale of a business project or the scale of a university campus. If a university has 50,000 students, we say it is a large-scale university. And what about unprecedented? That sounds like a very advanced word.
It is, but it's a fantastic word to learn. Unprecedented means that something has never happened before in history. There is no example of it in the past.
Brilliant! So, listeners, if you do something that nobody has ever done before, it is unprecedented. For example, if you learned 3 different languages perfectly in just 1 month, that would be an unprecedented achievement. Now, Harvey, why is the scale of the 2026 World Cup unprecedented? What is the new format?
Well, for the first time ever, the tournament is expanded to 48 teams. For decades, we were used to 32 teams, but now the competition is growing immensely. Plus, it is being hosted by 3 countries at the same time: the United States, Canada, and Mexico. They are the co-hosts. Wow, 48 teams and 3 countries? That really is a huge format change. Let's look at the word expanded first. Listeners, to expand means to become larger in size, number, or importance. Think of a balloon. When you blow air into a balloon, it expands. In this case, FIFA expanded the tournament by adding 16 more teams. And Harvey, you used the word co-hosts. Can you explain that? Yes! A host is a person or a country that welcomes guests. If you invite friends to your house for dinner, you are the host. Because 3 countries are welcoming the teams together, they share the job. So they are co-hosts. The prefix co means together, like co-worker or co-pilot.
That is an excellent language tip, Harvey. Co means together. So the co-hosts are working together to manage this gigantic event. Now, let's talk about the theme of today's episode: immersive learning and scale. When an event is this large, it creates a completely immersive environment for anyone trying to learn the language of the sport.
Absolutely. If you are a fan, you are going to be completely immersed in English football culture for weeks. There will be matches every single day, interviews, analysis, and social media posts. It's the ultimate immersive learning experience. It's the ultimate immersive learning experience. Let's pause there, because immersive is a core concept for our students. Listeners, imagine you jump into a swimming pool. Your whole body is under the water, right? You are completely surrounded by water. That is what immersive means metaphorically. An immersive learning experience is an environment where you are completely surrounded by the language you're trying to learn. You don't just study it for 10 minutes, you live in it. Exactly. If you watch the matches in English, read the news articles in English, and listen to post-match interviews, you are immersing yourself in the language. It is the fastest way to move from the A2 level to the B1 level and beyond. Yes, it really is. Now, Harvey, let's move into the tactical side of this exceptional system. How does this new format change the way teams play? What are the new tactics?
Tactically, this new format changes the entire game plan for managers. In the past, with 32 teams, you had 8 groups of 4 teams. The top 2 teams advanced to the knockout stage. But now, with 48 teams, we have 12 groups of 4 teams. This means the tournament introduces a completely new round, the round of 32.
Interesting. You used 2 very important words there, game plan and knockout stage. Let's break those down. What is a game plan? In football, a game plan is the strategy or the specific design the coach creates to win a match. It includes choosing which players play, how they defend, and how they attack.
Right. And we use game plan in everyday life and business, too. If you have a job interview, your game plan might be to practice common questions, sleep early, and wear your best clothes. It just means your strategy for success. And what about the knockout stage?
Oh, the knockout stage is where the real drama happens. In the group stage, teams get points for winning or drawing, and nobody goes home immediately. But in the knockout stage, if you lose a match, you are eliminated. You pack your bags and go home. You are knocked out of the competition.
Perfect explanation.
To eliminate means to remove something completely. So in the knockout stage, a single mistake can eliminate a team. Because the 2026 World Cup adds a new round, the round of 32, teams have to play more knockout matches to reach the final. Harvey, how does that affect the smaller countries that qualified for the first time?
Well, for the smaller nations, this tournament represents a very steep learning curve. Tactically, they are competing against world giants like Brazil, France, or Argentina. They don't have the same experience on this massive global stage, so they have to adapt their tactics incredibly fast to survive.
A steep learning curve. That is a brilliant idiom, Harvey. Let's explain this to our cafe friends. Imagine you are walking up a hill. If the hill is very flat, it is easy to walk up. But if the hill is steep, it rises quickly and is very difficult to climb. A steep learning curve means you have to learn something very difficult in a very short amount of time.
Exactly. New teams have to learn how to defend against elite world-class strikers almost overnight. It is a massive challenge, but it also creates amazing stories for the fans.
It really does. And for our listeners, learning English can sometimes feel like a steep learning curve, especially when moving from a basic level to an intermediate level. But just like the football teams, with the right strategy and the right game plan, you can succeed.
Well said, Emma. That is the beauty of immersive learning. When the scale of your effort matches the scale of your goals, you see incredible results. Let's summarize the amazing words we learned today while discussing this exceptional 2026 format. We talked about scale, which means the size or level of something. We used unprecedented for things that have never happened before in history. We also learned expanded, meaning made larger, and co-hosts, which refers to countries working together to host an event. And from the tactical and learning discussion, we have immersive, which means completely surrounding yourself with something. A game plan, which is your strategy for success. The knockout stage, where losing means elimination. And finally, a steep learning curve, which means a difficult and rapid learning process.
What an incredible list of vocabulary for today. Listeners, try to use at least one of these words in your daily life today. Write a sentence down or say it out loud while you are making your next cup of coffee. That is a wonderful idea, Harvey. Remember, consistency is the key to mastering English. Thank you so much for joining us today inside the cafe.
Yes, thank you, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe and tune in to our next episode. We will see you next time on the Daily English Cafe podcast.
Goodbye, everyone. Have a fantastic day of learning.